thing pastorally that has worried me is that we'll take the short-term benefit of helping a single person feel better. We're telling them, hey, it's a gift. Hey, this is just receive it as a gift and rejoice in it or whatever. And kind of downplaying the value of marriage for the sake of that person feeling better, but not really thinking long-term about how does this play out over 10, 20, 30, 40 years? And I think of how many people right now that are thinking it's great being single, but whenever they get 40, 50, 60 years old, they're still single. And that's a season of life when you're thinking of your mortality. You're aware of, am I leaving a legacy? And having children, grandchildren, having Christmas morning with kids around the tree, the little things like this that just sweeten life so much. I mean, these folks won't have those blessings. And that's beauty. I mean, that's a beautiful thing that God has given us, that when we live according to his design, we do have these moments that are filled with joy and meaning because we're going with the grain of how God's made the world. And when you promote singleness as a good in itself, you are undercutting joy long-term and happiness long-term that God would give as a blessing to people. So I think it's terrible messaging. Pastorally, I think it is very unwise to speak this way. But if you acknowledge it, hey, this is a trial, this is a difficulty, then you can take them to scripture and show them, here's how the scripture tells us to deal with trials. Mm-hmm. You can count it all joy, but you count it all joy as a trial, but you don't say that the trial is good. You don't say, well, the thing that is afflicting me right now, it's like we're not required in scripture to deny our own experience of pain and suffering. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people that want to be married, it's sad for them. And I think it's we're on the front end of this, because I think over the trend lines are towards less marriage and later marriage. And then demographics, you have Gen Z men are trending hard conservative and Gen Z women are trending hard liberal. Mm-hmm. So even compatibility, just finding people that are like-minded is going to be more difficult. So I think it's a pretty important issue for churches to prioritize in their discipleship and their teaching, because they're making an investment not in the short-term discomfort will be outweighed by the long-term happiness that you're investing in for people that they may not realize for 20 or 30 years. But I do think it is that significant to do it.